Hello friends, Enzo here. I want to tell you my opinion, my review of this Firefly TL guitar. Okay, so like most or probably all Firefly guitars, this is a mahogany body. I want to tell you the good, the bad, and why I got this instrument. Of course, everybody that is a guitar player should be familiar with the Telecaster sound, and perhaps even have access to a Telecaster guitar in case of tracking, because the Telecaster guitar is a very special, unique, and useful set of tones. This particular guitar is what they call a Nashville style Telecaster because it has a single coil in the middle, and what that allows you to do is to have more or less this design is not exactly wired as a Nashville, but has the potential since it has the single coil in the middle. I'm not going to go very deep into what a Nashville Telecaster is or supposed to do, but this particular guy has a 5-way switch, which gives you the in-between quack positions of a Stratocaster, while giving you this very sweet neck pickup and the classic Telecaster bridge. You have the in-between positions. Unfortunately, with this wiring, the wiring that this guitar comes with, you cannot have the bridge and the neck, which is a very desired combination for a Telecaster. And you cannot have, like in an original Nashville Tele, all 3 pickups at the same time. So that's something to consider. That's the wiring they put in this guitar. I find it okay. I mainly wanted a Telecaster that could have the neck and the bridge separately, and to have the quack of a Strat with the solid, this very solid plate of a bridge. That being said, this is a very special guitar, and this is a special guitar design. This is what I think Firefly is really good for, you know. bringing you affordable versions of these very unique guitars. Okay, so let's move on to the guitar itself. All right, tuners, they're really pretty much just the bare minimum that you could need to get the job done. They get the job done, but that's the first thing that I would upgrade in this guitar. The nut. Okay, so the nut was not very well placed. When I first got this guitar, the nut was positioned a little bit too low, so my fingers were slipping down here all the time. So I decided, but everything else was okay about the nut, so I decided to take it out and then a few modifications, and now it plays fine. It looks a little bit ugly, you probably can't see it, but it looks a little bit ugly here, but it plays fine and I can move it, you know, it's not glued. The frets, okay, that's something very special about this guitar. It's traditional fretwork, but in this particular unit, the fretwork is outstanding. It's very good, very, very good. The inlays are kind of like this multicolor type of inlay, and you know, classic rosewood fretboard, what you would expect from a Firefly, with bunch of tooling marks everywhere. These frets were not very gritty at all, so that's a good thing. The mahogany body is beautiful and the finish is translucent. You can see there's 3 pieces of mahogany and is string through body, which is actually my favorite type of stringing of Telecaster guitars, and also Les Pauls. You know, your standard Gibson this is your standard Fender scale length, 25.5-inch scale length. Tone, there's a tone, there's a knob, volume and tone knobs, and I have to say that the middle pickup is not very nice. It needs more gain. It's not a very loud pickup, but with the height between the 3 pickups, you can more or less compensate for that. The bridge pickup is kind of microphonic, I have to say, when you have high gain, but that's okay because I never go heavy metal on these guitars at all. I only have a little bluesy type of gain. What else? The finish is beautiful. You have this beautiful veneer, and love the skunk stripe. It's a very nice touch. It looks like a different wood. I would say it's mahogany, right? And the neck is a glossy finish, which is not my favorite type of finish. I also received this plate is scratched. Go figure, you know, Firefly. All in all, this guitar, it sells for less than $170, which is a fantastic deal for this instrument, if you can fine tune it and make it very usable. Highly recommend this guitar for the guitar aficionado. Don't quite recommend it for a total beginner because it will need work when you receive it. But once you set it up and fixed all the blemishes and all of the dysfunctionality, and even if you can make it work as a Nashville Telecaster by rewiring, I can do that, but I'm not gonna do it for this one, at least not anytime soon. Yeah, you have a lot of guitar here, you know. I love the mahogany feel, you know, it's heavy, it feels like a, you know, I like to hold this guitar. Yeah, it's heavy. I will only use it for studio though. Whereas you probably have maple or other materials if this was built by Fender. Great guitar, one of the best deals that they have right now at Firefly. Hope this review helps you if you're looking into this guitar. Best regards.